My psycho brother is being bullied by his neighbors. My brother Nate has always been intense. He was the kind of kid who'd stare too long, take things apart just to see if they'd break, and snap over small things like the TV remote going missing. He wasn't violent growing up, but something about him always felt off. People called him offbeat or a little weird. Our parents ignored it, said he was just sensitive. By the time he hit his 20s, he was different. Paranoid, obsessive, always thinking someone was out to get him. He lived alone in a duplex on the edge of the city, kept to himself mostly, worked overnight warehouse shifts, and didn't trust anybody. His windows were always covered. He had cameras installed in every corner of the house. He barely spoke to our family except when something was wrong. A few months ago, he called me in the middle of the night, said the neighbors were messing with him. He lived next to a group of 3 guys in their early 30s who drank a lot and were always loud. Nate swore they were mocking him on purpose, laughing outside his window at 2 a.m., scratching at the side of his house, shining flashlights through the blinds. I told him to get proof before confronting them. That was the last normal conversation we had. He started sending me clips from his security system. Scraping sounds, shadows, a beer can showing up in his yard. Once, someone walked across his lawn at 3:14 in the morning, hood up, never looking at the camera. That's when things shifted. Nate stopped going to work, spent all day watching the feeds, writing down every sound and movement with a timestamp. His house smelled like burnt coffee and sweat. He had a whiteboard full of theories about what the neighbors were doing. Codes, symbols, taunts. Most of it made no sense. The neighbors weren't helping. I went over once and heard them mocking him from their porch, calling him Spy Kid, and making camera click noises. When he'd step outside, they'd clap or whistle. One night they turned a speaker toward his house and blasted static for 10 straight minutes. Nate stood there staring at them the whole time, not moving. He called the cops 6 times in 2 weeks. They'd show up, take a report, but they never did anything. Said it was a noise issue, not criminal. One officer told him to get earplugs. That pushed him further. He started staying up for days. Boards went up on the windows. He nailed the back door shut. He installed motion lights and alarms that beeped constantly. He kept a bat by the front door and a taser in his jacket. The neighbors knew. They could see the lights and cameras and the metal bars on his windows, and they laughed even harder. Last week, it exploded. They threw eggs at his house in the middle of the night. Nate came out swinging the bat and screaming. They filmed it and posted it online with the caption, "Crazy neighbor loses it." The video got shared around. People commented like it was entertainment. No one saw what led up to it. He's not safe in that house. Not because he's dangerous, but because no one around him cares enough to stop what's happening. His paranoia is real now. They're actually targeting him, and he knows it. He called me this morning. Said he hasn't slept in 2 days. Said he's thinking about doing something to make it stop. His voice was flat. No rage, just quiet resolve. This started as a bad joke. Now it's something else. Something worse. And I think it's about to break.